My half butterfly is on this side. So I just have worked that into my game, so I have a distinction what side. So partners gonna have their knees just on the ground. You guys are gonna start in like a knee shield like this, okay? And what we're wanting to do is keep our partner trapped. So our partner's gonna put some pressure in us from here. What we'll do is we'll push them away, controlling this arm to allow us to get our half butterfly position, okay? And then from here, I'm gonna go to a shoulder grip. I'm gonna be framing on my partner. So he's probably gonna have his legs squared up, knees on the ground. So he's here. Okay, so what we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna say we wanna enter the leg. So the moment I go to scoop and I dive under to look for his leg, he's gonna pull that leg back a little bit. I'm immediately gonna relinquish the butterfly guard, going on his hip, and look how I catch what's called a shotgun grip on his arm. So I grab just around his elbow and I turn my hip in from here, and then I start to put my right leg up on his hip, and I'm just gonna push into his neck and then hip out for the tap. Okay, so my armpit and my elbow are trapping my partner, and I'm hipping in here for the sub. If it doesn't work, because of the angle I've created as well with my right hand framing into his neck, I'll take my right foot out and I'll use it as a setup to catch my triangle where I grab my shin, okay? Prior to me locking my leg in, I grab my shin and I can navigate space now with my left leg. Because he's relatively squared up, I need to create an angle, so I'll drop my foot on the mat, I'll use his arm to hit an angle, and then I'll look as my first primary grab his thigh. Okay, so I'm grabbing his thigh with my right hand. I want my knee facing the ground. It's much tighter when your knee is here versus facing the ceiling where he starts to posture and your triangle will be tight. So now I'm grabbing my shin. I personally never let go. I just bring my leg over top, okay, and now I line my legs up. He's already tapping. To me, it just makes sense. If I'm already applying force here, I could tap him. Now I reinforce that by applying my leg. Versus I see a lot of people do this, they lock it in and they start pulling. It's way looser than me flexing my leg, driving my muscles into his neck, pulling down. This other leg's flexed, and before it goes on, he's already tapping. Okay, so let's go back again. So knee shield. Just want you guys to get in the habit here of controlling this arm to prevent a leg lock. To get your half butterfly, I go to a frame, I look to dive for the leg, he pulls it back, so I've lost that position. I immediately adjust, I'm not gonna waste time there. I grab and I control here. I actually don't care so much about the arm bar, it's more about an angle and like biting down on the hip. If I get it, that's great. It's also a good setup for omoplata, but I prefer the triangle setup, so I pull my right leg out, I whip it over his neck, and I immediately grab here. Now I'll navigate the space to create an angle here, and then I'll dive under his leg, keeping my knee facing the ground, and I'll bring my leg over, and look how I take my foot and I line it up with my right leg, making the triangle within much smaller space so it's tighter. Okay, so last time. So you guys are fighting your knee shield. I want a half butterfly. I put this leg through. My ultimate goal is the leg. I go to dive forward, he pulls back. Fuck, I'm out. I grab, I clamp, I start to hip out for the arm bar, putting him in a dilemma. Really, all I want is the triangle, so I throw this leg over top, I grab, I start to angle, navigating the space with this leg. Now it comes on, make sure my knee's below his ear line, and squeeze. Okay guys, 1, 2. Okay, that'll be the last.